Okay, everyone. Hey. Okay, so yeah, this is our loose open space session. If you're in this room, you're going to talk a little about the future of Wikipedia and Wikipedia in developing countries. That's going to discussions be led by Abhishek, who's joining us from India, although he's also a member of the Wikimedia New York City board. We're very glad to have him. So other rooms, if you can go to room B if you want a sort of basic introduction to Wikipedia, and room C should have something about the signpost Wikipedia's community newspaper. I'm not sure how that's going exactly, but yeah. Here you can talk about the future of Wikipedia and Wikipedia internationally. And Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Richard. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I would like to start with a small story. So as a kid, normally people's dream and ambition is to become the engineer, doctor, pilot, astronaut, go to the space. When I was a kid, my dream was to enjoy the ice cream. My dream was to enjoy the rain and snow, because right after my birth, I was diagnosed with severe asthma, and doctor also predicted I will survive for very few years. And after that, it's really difficult for me to survive. I tasted the ice cream for the first time when I was 14 years old. I was completely isolated for 14 years, no cold products, dust. I had a serious dust allergy. But things changed eventually. After around 30, when I was 13, 14 years old, I got access to the internet. I learned so many things, and I rarely went to the school. Even when I went, teachers were really afraid that if they take me to the trip and if I get an asthma attack, they will be responsible. So if I came up with any initiative in the school, they're like, okay, hold on, take a breath, relax, everything will be fine. So then I learned about Wikipedia in 2002, 2003. That time it was in initial phases. I came from a very small town called as Bodka. It's in Maharashtra. Population of my village will be even smaller than the number of people who are present in this room. Hardly 40-50 people live in that village. And I got access to information. And after that, we had farm. I innovated my own irrigation system called as suction method of irrigation. And for that, I got a national level award at National Children's Science Congress. So that was beginning for me, and after that, after so many years, I worked with the TEDx Pune. I also got the fellowship and scholarship by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. All these things happened because I had access to information. In the United States, it's quite obvious. You go to the McDonald's, you go to the Starbucks, and you get free Wi-Fi. You have basic cell phones through which you can access the internet. But if you come to countries like India, still the priorities are different. But personally, I believe knowledge should be free, open and accessible to all, and technology and language should not be a barrier. Right now in India, countries like India, the biggest barrier is, the first is the technology, the internet, and second is barrier. All the global knowledge is available only mainly in English. People who have the access to, and second is access to internet. So in 2011, I came across India Education Program, and then they started it in India. In city called as Pune, it's called as Oxford of East. It's almost like Boston, where we have so many universities. And there, first time I learned, okay, anyone can edit Wikipedia. And I was like, wow, this is really amazing. Because people say that in 21st century, there are so many bad people, and the world is going to an end. But Wikipedia is an amazing model that anybody can edit, still Wikipedia exists. That means there are more good people as compared to bad people. That's a sign of a healthy universe and healthy community. So again, thanks to all of you for creating such an amazing community. So yeah, coming back to the topic of future of Wikipedia, I really believe that we need to make sure, and then after this, I also went to Sudan, Khartoum, and there also I faced the similar problems. The people really want education, but again, there are two main challenges. First is technology, and second is language. So in Pune, we started Wikipedia Club Pune, and we were brainstorming that how to break this barrier. And the third important category is, in India we have so many people who cannot read because they never went to school, and the second, people who are visually impaired. Now the knowledge should be accessible to such kind of those also who cannot read. So then we started a pilot project called as Spoken Wikipedia for Indian languages. So in 2012-13 we hosted series of workshops, and as I had severe asthma problems and health related concerns, thanks to my family and the relatives, they gave me proper health care. There are so many people who come on internet to get health related information. So we started translating asthma and all the proper disease based articles in Marathi and Hindi Wikipedia, starting from depression, suicide, the ones specifically which are mentioned by the World Health Organization by area wise, and we recorded them. We just said that okay, this Sunday everybody will come together, we will have coffee, we will enjoy, free internet to everyone. We received amazing response from the college and universities, and the response was amazing. So in the first Sunday we said that we will record the article of dengue, that's dengue, which is caused by the mosquito. And on the first Sunday itself, we translated the article in 20 different languages. On the second Sunday, we recorded the same article in 10 different languages. Then the major problem was how to move ahead, because the Wikipedia article is a huge article. It will tell you about the species of the mosquito, and from a rural perspective, they just want to know the symptoms. Then we thought about having a different kind of categories. The first will be the basic category, that if I just want to know about asthma, I will just go there. Okay, asthma is caused by this. Dengue is caused by if a mosquito bites you. Then you have dengue. If you have cough for more than 2 to 3 weeks, then consult a doctor. So that was the first category. Then the second category was the extensive article. If you are a medical student or somebody in the village who actually want to learn how the disease is caused, so that we created a second category for that. And the third category was, of course, article as it is. They record the article from start to end. Another important challenge was Wikipedia articles are updated every day, and when you record something, it's permanent. So then we thought about, what about having a listen button at the top of the Wikipedia page? Like there is a play button, you can click on the play button, and it can help illiterate as well as I am driving, I am cooking, I can still listen to Wikipedia article. So that's still in the idea lab phase, and we are working on that. So yeah, that was just brief introduction about me and why I think that Wikipedia should exist in offline as well as spoken format. There are million kids like me who are in rural areas who deserve quality access to the global knowledge in their own mother tongue. And so many people ask me how it will help the bigger community, or like how this can make a world a better place. Then I just give them a simple example, like a plague, or if there is a viral like swine flu. Recently we had swine flu. If one person is infected with the swine flu in the room, it is more than enough to infect everybody in the room, and if it is fatal, everybody can die at the same moment. So is it a time that then we will start to educate people? No, that's not. We need to start the education right now to the rural communities about the diseases, about everything. So that's what I believe, and let's start with discussion. So any question, queries till this point? Yes?
Give it the microphone. Give it the microphone, or I'll take it. I'll leave the microphone on her. Point to me.
Actually, I'm taking, this is from Ann Matsuchi. I remember that a few months ago we were talking about the future of Wikipedia, and she envisioned it exactly as you are saying it, as a series of tabs where you have a tab that's, you know, like the basic encyclopedic article, and then if you really wanted to go into the jargon, to the whatever jargon of the specialty, you could have another tab and see the more complex. Because one of the things that we're seeing now is that there's there's different audiences in Wikipedia, so that you can have a really difficult article to read, like nobody in the world understands it but doctors, or you can have something that is so simply written, right, and it's like the same encyclopedia. So the way she was envisioning it was that eventually we'll develop like tabs, so you can choose your version of Wikipedia to understand a subject, all subjects, right? Jason and I were talking about the fact that, for instance, those really complex articles right now, they kind of put off children from consulting Wikipedia, and children are the future. So we want them to be engaged in Wikipedia, but yet, we don't think about them. We write, maybe to ourselves. That's who we're writing to. So something like you were saying, that like a multi-layered encyclopedia is what she was talking about.
And audio, that's a great idea.
And audio, yes, that's amazing.
So when Dr. X was talking about different versions of articles, one thing popped in my mind. Maybe a lot of us, we know about the simple English Wikipedia. I think a lot of people, we do actually edit in only English Wikipedias, but we should be more engaged in simple.
Maybe merge, I don't know, something.
Maybe you should explain a little bit about simple English Wikipedia.
I do not have much experience. Do you?
A little bit. Sorry. So simple English Wikipedia is written in like restricted vocabulary English, derived, like 2,000 words. It's derived somewhat from Basic English or Voice of America English, and we're not really sure who reads it. Is it for younger people? Is it for people whose English is not their native language? But I did discover, reading once the usage statistics, that about a third of the people who read it are from India and Indian subcontinent. So there is potentially people actually using this.
So the equivalent to what, like sixth grade reading level?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about the reading. It just uses a limited number of words. So it can have very complex concepts, and there are very complex articles there. And there's some experiments on English Wikipedia, introduction to something. So introduction to general relativity has, maybe something that someone who's a little bit less experienced in physics can get an introduction to that.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Sorry.
My question was about mobile. I'm originally from Haiti, and I'm very interested in the Creole language Wikipedia. And apparently the Wikimedia Foundation did an agreement with Digicel, the largest cell phone provider in Haiti, to give Wikipedia for free, for people not to have to use their minutes and their data to access Wikipedia, which I believe is Wikipedia Zero. And I'm looking for information about that, and about whether you have something like that in India, and if you do, how does it work in practice, and especially with the length of articles.
I would say we have it in Bangladesh, currently probably. I think we have Wikipedia Zero in Bangladesh, and currently all cell phone providers provide it. So it's a very good step, and a lot of people are getting used to it. And what about India?
India, the Wikipedia Zero team is working with specific cell phone providers. But there are so many discussions going about the net neutrality. But it will be great to have Wikipedia, if people can access Wikipedia for free using their cell phones. Because the mobile penetration is really high in India, and every second person is having minimum 2 to 3 mobiles with them, and the smartphones, so they have the internet also. And it costs around $30 to $35 only in India to get a normal Firefox phone. So it's really cheap, but yeah, that's the future of Wikipedia, the mobiles and all.
I just want to mention Mark Zuckerberg, or Zuckerman, the man with the billions from Facebook. He has a project to get everybody in the whole world on internet, and of course also on Facebook and some other things. But he is working very seriously at this, and I think he maybe will do it. Now, some people are suspicious of his motives, but I'm not. I think it can work out fine. But I did want to leap over to India. I do a lot of copy editing, and there are articles well done about India. But there's a lot of people out there who think their village is really great stuff, and they write an article on their village. How many villages are there in India? 1 million? 2 million?
70% of the India, the entire population, 70%, that's roughly live in rural villages. So those many, whatever you see, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, that is just the gist of India. So the real India lives in rural areas.
So my question is, your topic is the future of Wikipedia. Do we really want an article on every village in India, and then we go on to Bangladesh, Pakistan? We do.
Yes.
I just want to say there's a lot of work on us poor editors trying to make those articles reasonable, but I would also look to you later that you speak Urdu or Hindi or some Indian languages. I work on articles and I don't know those languages, and so it's hard for me to get far with that. Talk to me later. Tell me your name again.
Sure, Abhishek. It's like milkshake, Abhishek, so that's easy to remember. So there are two aspects when we started the Wikipedia outreach in India. The first thing is getting global knowledge to the rural areas, and it's also reverse process, representing the rural heritage onto the Wikipedia. We have like 1,000-year-old civilization, amazing culture, amazing heritage, amazing festival, amazing food recipes we have, and those are notable enough. So right now the challenge is most of the references are in the books, and those are not available on Google. And as you know, like American generation, Indian generation also rarely prefers to go on Google and search for references. So we need more people from rural communities who are good at referencing and adding citations. And each and every village is having a story, and it is notable enough, and it is mentioned somewhere on the government website. So we will reach there and we will make sure each and every village within Wikipedia guidelines with the citation reference, it is well represented on Wikipedia. Thank you.
Any more comments on Wikipedia developing world?
How many articles have audio, and where is the audio button located usually in these articles?
Right now it's not there. This is just the idea in the Idea Lab. That's just a proposal. So how we work is we record the article, we put it up in a DVD or a pen drive, and we give it to the local government schools and colleges. So we are working now manually, and there are very disadvantages of this. Firstly, even a minor, you need a soundproof room. Yes.
So occasionally you will see a speaker that has an audio version of the article.
Yeah, but and I guess that's a recorded article. So the next step will be to have a play button there. We are going to listen Barack Obama's article.
This sound file contains the spoken word.
I just knew there was an audio button there.
It's the most neutral description of American politics possible.
So yes, here it is.
What about video? You think the future for videos also be included in Wikipedia?
Depends, yes, we can. But the video, Wikipedia is mostly about the text, so I guess audio is more than enough. But if the images and the commas, those that can also we can include in offline DVD and circulate it to the rural communities in India.
I think maybe we should break for lunch. If anyone wants to talk about. Oh, you want some? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I work in the tech world, and one of the mantras that we have in the tech world is mobile first, and that's you mentioned that most people in India have two mobile phones, smartphones.
Yes.
If you look around this room, what you see is a sea of laptops, and that is indicative of what goes on in the United States and in Europe. It is not at all indicative of what goes on in India and China and Brazil and Africa, where the landline internet infrastructure never existed, and what has grown up as the first communications infrastructure is the mobile networks. And the way that people in most of the world outside of the United States and Europe access the internet is mobile devices, which basically means phones. And it occurs to me that what that does is phones are basically a kind of read-only device. You can look at a Wikipedia article on a phone. It's not as great as looking at it on a laptop or a desktop, but it's not so terrible. But it's really, really hard to edit on a phone. And I think what that gives us is a bias towards people in Europe and the United States being the major contributors even to the English language Wikipedia, and not so much the people that are in countries where the mobile devices are the primary way people access the internet.
The foundation is aware of that.
Yeah, I guess the foundation is working on that, and hopefully we will be able to.
I see a lot of mobile edits in the history, and the foundation has facilitated.
I guess there is a editor from Nepal, I guess, Ganesh. So he has written 1,000+ articles just using mobile phone.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of.
I guess he just edits using mobile.
There is an app being developed, and it is substantially good. I never use it. I'm never comfortable with mobile devices, but.
Okay, so maybe we should break for lunch. If anyone wants to continue the conversation on multilingualism in developing countries and mobile, sit around here, and we will talk about it.
Thank you so much, and we need your support to make sure that the global knowledge access.